All right, to watch this video here for Monday, October 5th. Real quick, I've been getting a couple DMs on Twitter asking me, talking about showing links to Elliott wave theory and, hey, if this happens, do you think SPY could go here? And in 6 months, does that mean the SPY will be here? And all I think when I see that is I'm just thankful for that I do what I do, because for one, I have no idea, right? No one knows where the SPY is going to be in 6 months. 6 months, nor can any system predict it. I doubt Elliott Wave predicted COVID. Anyway, long story short, it doesn't matter when you do what I do. And this is what a lot of people don't understand about day trading. We focus on the in-play stocks every day. I'm in cash every night, and we log in. We look for intraday A-plus setups. We trade them. We scale out the way we teach in our course, right? And we play defense first always. And doing what I do is why my account, I get another green dot on Friday. Green dot means new highs for the year, and technically it's new all-time highs in my account as well. If you're home from COVID and you have the opportunity to do this, I highly suggest reaching out or whatever, or doing the best you can to learn everything that we do, because I'm not subjected to any of the macro, or even if there's bad news, today, I'm not. It won't hurt me at the opening bell tomorrow. I log in every day in cash, and I've made my job pulling money out of the market every day. So anyway, this is my little mini lecture. I think a lot of people, for lack of a better way of putting it, are just overthinking everything as far as the macro picture and what's going to happen. It shouldn't matter if you do what we do, right? Anyway. So showing you the SPY here, gap down big on Friday, had a nice little rally, but ended up closing, I don't know, in the lower half of the range of the day. Had a decent day. I didn't actually trade that well on Friday, but nicely green on Friday nonetheless. The afternoon wasn't great for me, but anyway, let's talk about what we're watching for Monday. Again, stocks that may give me an A-plus intraday setup. And NOX is pretty interesting, right? Because it had this huge move and then had a hit piece come out and almost completely round tripped. And next thing you know, I guess they had decent sounding news on Thursday night or Friday or whatever, and a big push, biggest volume ever, and a fairly strong close. So this thing might continue to squeeze some of the shorts that started shorting it down here on those hit reports, right? Anyway, one of the more interesting ones going into Monday. RKT, Rocket Mortgage, holding up really well again. Again, the big gap down because the overall market gap down. So now you've got a really strong 2-day run there. Certainly worth watching. PLL, some lithium plays really caught a bid. This is the one that had the big gap up on the Tesla news and the crazy range that day. It's kind of been bleeding lower ever since, but the lithium plays caught a bid. Let's go to 5-minute candles. This is a nice move, right? The low of the day was 23.30. And went all the way up to over 29.50. It's a really big intraday move before kind of bleeding lower for the afternoon. But this one's going to go on watch. ENLV, I'll zoom in a little bit, had the gap up on Thursday. Usually when a stock looks like this after a gap up and closes red, usually shorts kind of win the game over the next 5 to 10 days oftentimes, right? Or a lot of times they'll just come back down, fill the gap, and go into what I call nothingness. But when you get a day like this on Thursday, and then on Friday, come on, scoot it over. There you go. Friday, you're curling right back up. To me, that means it's certainly worth watching for a potential long. All right, BEEM, nice little chart pattern here. You had this nice run, and you can kind of follow my cursor, you can kind of picture a trend line or a flag pattern, right? This whole flag right here. And it's breaking this flag to the upside on strong volume for this stock. Still not even 1 million shares on Friday. Certainly worth watching for a follow-through day. SPCE, interesting. I've never traded this one well, but you had the pop, this is probably Monday, right? And then kind of forming a flag and near the highs of its range for the week. So we're going to watch that one for a breakout. IDT, strong day, but closing well off of its highs. We'll see if it gets any kind of red to green setup or something on Monday. VVPR, one thing I want you to notice is it's been green for 4 days in a row. So you can also kind of picture a trend line here that it had formed from here to here and kind of from this close. And it is kind of breaking that, but at the same time, it's been running for 4 days. Having said that, you had this really big move, and then it looked, right here, it looked like, well, a lot of longs were stupid, and this thing's going to completely round trip. So shorts piling in. Next thing you know, it's curling back up pretty nicely. So even though it's run for 4 days, so it feels kind of extended, at the same time, you might have some shorts caught, and this one might make a big move next week. So let's keep our eyes on it. CBAT, CBAT, kind of like that ENLV I showed you over kind of a longer period of time, over several days, but you did have the gap up. Looked like it was rolling over. Next thing you know, it's curling back up, near the recent highs. So we want to keep our eyes on CBAT. CLSK, I don't love this, but you're kind of forming a flag pattern here. I think they did an offering somewhere in here after the nice run, and it's holding up pretty well after that. Double check that. I'm not positive if I had the right symbol, but I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Speaking of extended, LAC, another lithium play, very extended. Big run, big volume, but I'm going to keep an eye on all the lithium plays that I can. I believe WWR is in that same space, and a big move. Look at the range on this one. It went 267 to a high of 562 in 1 day before settling in, a little bit above probably the middle of the range on the day. Absolutely worth watching. That thing's made some good intraday runs. And then lastly, I've got PRPH, which I know nothing about, but a big breakout on Friday. Still, it's worth noting that was only on like 700,000 shares. But we'll see if it gives some kind of follow-through setup. I'm not a huge fan of Monday mornings, but I'll tell you what, I'm almost getting complacent in the chat room, meaning like I almost don't care if I don't have a whole great list of setups, because so many people, are following what we teach and spotting the A+ setups and posting them in the chat room before they're actually triggering. That I literally feel like I could log in every day without a watch list at all. So when I'm not that excited about my watch list, I'm still like really relaxed going into the day, because the teamwork's been so great and so many people are finding something to trade that I almost feel like I don't have to do these videos anymore, but believe me, I will. Anyway, I love the teamwork. I guess that's the point of what I'm trying to say, is I can't say enough about the teamwork, and always excited to get in there and trade for another day. So I'm done babbling, and I'll see you all in the chat room in the morning.